recently I was contacted by a guy named Travis Riddle. He owns a new drone company called Riptkwads, and they are very community based. So they sent me a couple frames. One is a unibody and the other has removable arms. Other than that, they're identical frames. There are some things that will be changing in the near future, and we'll go over that whenever that happens. So pre-orders for this frame should be up in a couple weeks on their website. I don't think there's any pictures or anything of the drones themselves, but there will be very soon. They're just waiting to see what all the feedback is from all their pilots to let them know, you know, is this thing going to perform well enough to put it on the market. And so far I can say yeah, which you've actually seen in my last video anyways. So I love it. I think it's great. It's ultra light, very, very fast, especially with my power setup on it. It's got some T-motors and whatnot, my usual setup that I had on my reverb actually I took from that. So there is that. And yeah, hopefully if this place isn't closed, we'll get some epic footage and see exactly how well this thing performed. So the original spot I was gonna fly is closed, and there's a giant freaking gate at the entrance, so I couldn't even sneak in if I wanted to. I did manage to find a small park, and you can see it's nothing too crazy. I wanted to show you this frame from Riptkwads. It is the Riptkwads Lingworm, which I think is a type of dragon. This is the frame. It is a removable arm design. It is a 5-inch. It has a CL Racing F4 flight controller in it, a TBS Unify VTX right here with the TBS Triumph Antenna. I'm running the T-Motor F40 Pro 2400 kV motors, which I've had for quite a while. It was on my reverb, but I pretty much took all the guts off to put on this frame to test it out. What else? Dal 5046 Cyclones, which is my go-to prop. Love them. I'm running some Tattoo 1300 mile 4S on this with a GoPro strapped to the top, which this is a custom 3D printed mount for the session and only works for this frame, obviously. But anyway, a few specs that I'm aware of anyway. The bottom plate is 1.5 millimeters, I believe, and so is the secondary bottom plate, which is what joins the 4 millimeter arms and basically sandwiches it right here. So very, very sturdy design. I've crashed this thing quite a few times and there's not even a nick on it yet. They also have this neat little V nipple type design on the arms. I'm not really sure what you would call that, but it really does help to protect these motors. It'll break the props and these little nipples long before you crash and break a motor, unless you hit it just right with a tree branch on the side here, which that's just dumb luck. The camera mount, which this is something that they're in the works of possibly updating a little bit so that it is more universal for the full-size mini cams that we use, like the Runcam Swifts and Foxeer Arrows, which I normally run. I ended up going with a Foxeer Micro for this. It fits perfectly. These little things, it's basically the future anyway. The cameras are only going to get smaller. It saves a lot of weight, which, by the way, this thing only weighs 586 grams with everything attached, which is probably, I don't know, 50 grams lighter than my Rooster setup. So I noticed that quite a bit with flying this. It's a lot faster. The throttle response is much, much better. The CG is very, very good on this frame as well. The price point is going to be looking at about $50, which is a steal considering how durable this frame is. You'll be able to crash this thing no problem, and if you do break it, the replacement parts are going to be so cheap you're not even really going to be fazed by it. So that is an excellent price point in my opinion. This is a prototype frame, so there will be some design changes. This isn't actually up on their website yet for pre-order, but it will be in the coming weeks, so make sure you check the link in the description for that. and you'll be able to see all the cool products that they have. They've got motors that are coming out soon, which they'll be sending me to test out, hopefully soon, Travis. Yeah. So I've flown this a few times now. I've got it locked into my liking, my rates and all that, and so far I like it better than my Rooster and my Chameleons, only because it is so light and easy to tune, and yeah, it kind of reminds me of my Reverb as far as how light it is, but it just feels solid in the air. And I'm kind of surprised that they're only going to charge about 50 bucks for it, because it feels like excellent quality. I'm going to go ahead and throw this guy in the air, see what I can do with it. This is the second time I've taken it out, so I already know it performs well. Now it's locked in, so I really am excited to get out there and just rip it around. Hopefully break something, to be honest, because that'll just be good data to share with the guys at Riptkwads. So yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoy.